Hello, 380, 500. How's it going? Dr. Allen. I know I'm a little casual again this week. I was running again and thought I'd get this recorded. Sorry, I'm prepping for the Freedom Run. I'm going to give it a shot tomorrow. So I'll tell you next week how I do. Not that you probably care, but you may read about it in the news because there'll probably be a news story about a professor sitting underneath a tree, still resting after trying to run a 5K. But we'll see how that goes. But enough about me. I thought this would be important to get this out. It's Sunday, October 15th when I'm recording this. Also, I wanted to real quick before I dive in, wanted to thank everyone for the patience related to grading. I know everything's been kind of trickling in after midterm. Midterms kind of I got a little bit behind. Hopefully you'll probably understand this once you start getting in the classroom a little more. Grading seems to like get behind every once in a while. I'm hoping to be caught up by the time you watch this, but I still wanted to give out the thanks, especially if I'm not caught up yet. The next thing is don't forget Google and Apple certifications. You only have to do one or the other. They're due by the end of the semester, but if you want to go ahead and knock them out, you're welcome to do that. I know some people have already posted on Brightspace. I haven't went in and put the points in, but I know they're there. I see them. Other than that, we're going to jump into some things. But before I do that, I did want to say I'm going to post up. I didn't put it with the presentation things last week, and I kind of kicked myself because it's one that I found out I started to check out a little more last year, and I know more and more schools are using it. If you want to check out Blookit, it's something, as you can see, I think it's geared more for the elementary, maybe early middle school years, but it's got emojis and all. But it's another one of those presentation type review games. Blookit, it's used in a lot of classes now. You can see you get the little blocky emoji type things. So I'm not going to get into it too much or anything, but I did want to share it to you in case you wanted to check it out. I can put a YouTube video up too if you all want to kind of look at it and see if you like it or not. But Look it if you want to check it out. This week is more about organization. And let me jump on here. We're going to talk about Wakelet and Padlet. I have a feeling a lot of people are already familiar with Padlet, but if you're not, you can check it out this week. I'll make sure that there's videos up if my video here does not give you a detailed enough explanation. Also, this week you're going to have a discussion on creative learning in a being creative in a remote learning environment. When I did that article, we were still in the pandemic and the schools weren't back, so I thought it was important. I still think it's important because you never know what the winter's going to hold. Hopefully, going back to normal would be nice, but it is what it is. You're going to blog on whatever one you decide to do, a Wakelet or a Padlet. You'll get to decide which one, and you're going to create either a Wakelet portfolio or a Padlet activity. And you're going to share it with me. You can post it up on a Word document, the link on Brightspace, or you can send it to me directly by email. With all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in and show you what we got. First thing I'm going to show you is Padlet, because I think that's probably the one that most people are familiar with. Let me go back to my actual home base. The account is free. You can upgrade. I'm not requiring or suggesting that you do that. I have seen some schools start to use Padlet. As a social studies teacher, I used it a little bit before I came to Shepherd, and it's gotten better since I was using it, and it does have some pretty cool tools. I'll show them to you here real quick, just the ones that I used, and I'll kind of give you the lowdown. Oh, when you create your account, you go to padlet.com. You can use your Google account and just create it. Or, if you prefer a different email, like I'm actually on a shepherd.edu account with this one, you can do that also. There's pre-made ones there, but for our assignment, you're just going to have to post up 10 different things up on a Padlet, and I'll kind of show you what it's got. For example, I made this one a few months ago, but it does what we need. You can use it, make a timeline, and you can see I'll go on there, and you're probably saying, well, how did you get that? It's a good question. There's different types of Padlets that you can use. So for example, when you hit make a Padlet, there's a wall which students, you can share the link with them and they can just post their thoughts up on a wall. It's almost like a sticky board that you can throw up. There's a stream where you can see they can just, it's like a feed. There's grids, there's shelf, there's a map. I use the map a lot. The timeline is what I was showing you before I kind of jumped right in there, and there's a canvas and ways you can share. You can use any of these that you want. You might have to fiddle around with it a little bit, but I'll show you which ones I use and which ones I'm comfortable with, and then you're welcome to use those. But let me jump back. I jumped the gun a little bit there. This was a timeline one, and as you can see, I just did a few things, but there's, 1776. These were just important dates that were coming off the top of my head. Let's do this one. I just listened to a podcast. If I wanted to add something else on here, I would just hit that, and I would say 1945. Not the most uplifting topic, but I was just listening to a podcast on it, and I could put a question where was it the correct decision for the U.S. to drop atomic, forgive any spelling or cap, even bombs on Japan to end. Okay. And there's like imageries that you can do. You can add things. Let's see if I can find one here. Let's do atomic bomb. Put that there. And I would just simply hit publish. Boom, it's there. And then actually, if you look here, students can post, once you share it, you'll hit that little thing there. They can post stuff. Let me see if I can do it. There you go. You can add things and students can post underneath. But all I'm asking you to do right now is just, if you wanted to do a timeline, you would just put 10 things on your timeline. If you don't like that one, you can do a map. I like the map one. I'm just going to do, this was one I always build on it, so I'm just going to click on it. This is the European one. I had a world map. Oh, I said Europe, but of course I put Washington, D.C. on there and Greenland. But as you can see, all you have to do here is okay, this is, I want my students to kind of know where some things are. I had already put one on England. Of course, let's do Paris. I just did that one. I just did Paris, so I would edit post. And let's do a little thing here. I'll show you how to do it. I want to put an image on there. Paris, France. And of course, let's do tower. And my face is probably covering the update. Boom. And there you go. Now let me go back. There you go. And then that'll tell them. So your students can actually go around there. If you wanted to do something, it's pretty easy to do. Let's do this one. Hit that. You would probably type in, let's do Moscow. Let's try again. There we go. Moscow, Russia. Let's say something about it. Let's get an image. Boom. We'll put that, and we'll say capital Russia. You can publish it. Boom. And you can put facts and stuff on there. And again, you can share these. There's the share link. You would just hit that, and privacy secret. You might have to do some of your editing. You can do a QR code. That's fine if you want to send that to me. You can invite people to do it, add members and such, but you can share it. I just need to see it. You can save it as a PDF if you want to send it to me, however you want to get it to me. But Padlet, most of the teachers I've ever seen use it, they just share it with their students. They give them access to it, and then they can answer questions. Let me go back to the Padlet wall again. If we go to this one, this is a world history. Oh, I did the timeline. Whoops, sorry. Standards. This was one I had shared when we were remotely learning. I had my 422 class do. We have to learn these themes of social studies. So I put all 10 themes up, and they could post things up underneath of it. I've removed most of them, but you can put images there. And as you can see, theme 2 was time. I posted that up there, but it's the Norman invasion. Let's see if I can do another one. They can do, whoops. All that should be good. We can do theme 2. Let's do theme number 1, culture. So I had them do something like this. Culture of Native Americans. I guess Native American culture probably would have been a little better. Put that. Let's see. There there, we'll just do something, some artwork I think would be nice. And then you could put something on there. It's a big image, as you can see, it's loading. But I'll publish it anyway. There you go. And then it puts it up there, and that's what I would have my students do, so I could kind of tell what was going on, and it would have their names. Again, all you have to do is share it. It's nothing more, nothing less. Or you can just straight up there. There you go. And sorry, I'm just rereading this, but there you go. It says privacy. If you share it, they should be able to access it. Visitors can write on it. So you just need to do the link. That's it. That's the Padlet. Nothing more, nothing less. And you can fiddle around with it. It's very, very simple, I think. I'll break down the assignment, but if it's off the top of my head, you need to create a Padlet if you want to do this, put 10 things on it, and share it with me just to kind of get used to it. It's kind of neat. It's like I say, you can do like word walls and stuff. I don't even know if I've looked at, some of these are newer, some of them are not. Let's check out Grid just to be nosy. And next, and start posting, and let's see what it looks like. Test. And there you go. Oh, it just put stuff up there on a grid. It'll put it right up at the top. So there you go. You can fiddle around with it however you want. I like the map. I like the I like the posting wall, but again, you're welcome to try any of them that you like. But there's nothing, I think it's more intuitive than anything. You just hit that little thing and you post it. If you want to do a map and just put different things on there, that's fine. I think it's kind of fun. It gives students an idea, and it's working with maps and such, and just communication that you normally wouldn't have. And I did see this a lot during the pandemic. People were starting to use it a little bit just to have some communications and something outside of Google Classroom, Canvas, Schoology, things like that. So Padlet, you can do that. The other thing that you can do, now I would say Padlet is more student geared. Sorry, I'm clear out some of these tabs at the top. Wakelet, I'm not going to kid you. You can use it with students. As you can see, Disney Vacation, I have nothing in there. But Wakelet, again, same thing. You can just go in, you can create with a Google login, or you can do your Shepherd. You just create an account. It is free. It is literally just a portfolio system. I use it for organization, so it's probably much more of a teacher organization thing. And again, it's almost like a share drive, but it's just a little different in that it's actually on a site, and it might be easier to access with just a link, and you can share with students. I have seen teachers, and I'm saying all this before I show it to you, but just to kind of give you some thoughts and ideas. I have seen people, when group work's being done, use Wakelets and have students post in all their resources and the materials that they've used to look at a topic and such, and share the link with the teacher so they can go through and make sure they're good sources. I've seen people do the writing process using Wakelet, where they basically post everyone's works in the portfolios and they review them. So again, it's kind of like a portable share drive is the easiest way to think about it. But here's what I do. I'll just use what I did here. When I was prepping this class a year or two ago, I actually was just going through some stuff, and I created a folder called Education Tech. Probably all 12 views are me. Oh, by the way, it may ask you, Wakelet just did an update. You can change the appearance so it looks more Padlet, so it's just like a columns. I still kind of like this format because I'm used to it, but I don't care which one you use. But as you can see, I kind of think about it as a brainstorming thing. These are all links or PDFs that I found related to different types of tech. So I just put them in here. So instead of me just sitting here babbling and telling you about it, let me show you what it does. All right, I'm going to create a new one. Let's say give your title you see it just asks for, there's the different views. They've kind of changed this up a little bit. Let's do that one. And give your title a collection, or your title to your collection. So let's go and then you can say just a quick link to, and then you start doing this. You can start saving things in here. So for example, okay, got it. And I'm done with the name. All right, so there's my name. I've already hit done. That's all you need to do to that point. then you can just actually start adding things to it. I went 10 things in here related to a topic. It could be something, I'll show you how to add here in a second, but it could be something related to planning. Like if you're going to do a unit on the French and Indian War, you could have 10 things on the French and Indian War. If you're going to do something on exponents in math, you can put that in there. If you're going to look at a specific type of art, just things that maybe researching or doing a little bit of prep on your content, you can do something like that. But once you title it, we'll go in here and you'll just start looking for things. So for example, you hit edit, Spider-Man, we'll say Far From Home. I saw it on TV the other day. So, and let's do this. There is a sublink, sorry. We can add it. Actually, I don't like how that looks. Let's get out of there, sorry. I'm gonna go back. I don't like this topic, it's a little dumb. I like the movies, but I think it's a little too complicated, weird. All right, let me go back here. We'll edit, and you can add different things. So let's go add text, image, bookmark, PDF. There's the PDF, so you can do all this. But anyway, let's go this route. I don't think typing it in is the best way to do it. Shame on me. Spider-Man. Far, I guess I am still going to do this topic. Far From Home. I guess I just had a far home. That's fine. Going off the rails here a little bit. We'll just put the Wikipedia link. Let's see, because that's all I really need. We're going to copy it. We're going to go in here. And we're going to hit, there, it's in there. Sorry. I had a, I guess brain fart's the easiest way I can say it. You're going to title it, then you're going to put it in there. Now you can add PDFs, you can add images, or you can just do websites. I don't care. So let's do another one. Captain, this is actually my favorite Marvel movie, so I'll just do it. Captain America, Winter Soldier. This is my favorite one. Just in case you need to know that. And again, you would just go in there, you just paste it in the block, and there's two. And you can add anything in there, like I say. You can add a PDF, you can add an image, so let's just see. You can upload an image, you can choose a GIF. So let's see if there's anything in there that's good. Let's do Iron Man. There. We'll just put old Tony Stark there. And you can see. I just want you to see that you can use this. I like this because I can keep myself organized a little bit. Let's just hit done. And once you've done it, actually that looks good. You just hit share, and you're going to share your collection with me. You can mark it. Oh, sorry, you do need to mark it public for me to look at. And then you just hit copy link. You can send me the QR code or the link. You can again just post it on Brightspace and such. But basically, when you do that, we'll go out of here. You'll have a little collection. You can hit it and you're in there. For example, also I've done some journals for another thing, but they're all gone. CESA, oh, Cold War. I was doing a little research. You can see I use it to brainstorm, and that's all I'm asking you to do. So, with that being said, I got a little babbly there with Wakelet, so apologies. But just so you know, you hit create, choose whatever layouts you want. I don't care. Test. And then you can start adding, but I would go ahead and hit done so it's there. And then you can just start hit editing. And then when you want to add things, you can just put the websites there. You can do the PDFs or whatever there, 10 things. Don't have to do both. You can do a Padlet, you can do a Wakelet. Just to give you a summary of what I like about them, Padlet's just active. From a social studies teacher's perspective, I really like the map aspect, just because it gets people a little more interactive. And you can, I didn't do it, you can get a little Google Earthy and Google Places in there if you want to fiddle around with it. I'm not telling you that you have to, but you can just place them on there. Again, with the wall, it's just a nice spot where students can just start posting different ideas. you might have them look up different types of artwork or something. Maybe you're saying Renaissance art, go put your name, and can put their names on there, and you just smack it up there and you can look. Just a way to collaborate a little bit. With Wakelet, you could use it with students. Honestly, I would say more than likely, you're probably going to use it more for yourself. It's just something to kind of get organized if you start finding it. Where I find out I use Wakelet is to say I'm researching. I'm doing something on the Cold War, and that's why that is there. I'm trying to find just little things that I can look and refresh myself on some of the knowledge of the Cold War. So I just throw things when I'm looking at them in there with the website. Let's go back and do done. Was there anything else on there? Actually, I'll tell you what else I used it for. And I saw them on there. I had to help with a teacher professional development this summer, and we didn't have a place to store some of the journals that were coming in by email. Other than email, we wanted them in a spot that everyone could look at them and review them. If you look, there are journals in there, and I would download them as a PDF. And I don't think anyone would mind if I click on these because this is all done. But as you can see, I literally just put the PDFs in there. And then the other people who were helping with the professional development, I hit share and just sent them the link, and then they could look at them. So, and they're right there. That's it. So that's Wakelet, that's Padlet. You can do either one. Let me go into our class just to give you a better summary of the assignment. Assignment should be, description should be here. It is. Oh, by the way, I think if you noticed, QR codes I do have graded. I just haven't posted. Not that you care. Hopefully they will be when they're on there. Well, you do care. You did them. Anyway. Okay, let's go down here and see if I was smart enough to post the thing on there already. There you go. Wakelet or Padlet assignment. Go to wakelet.com or Padlet. Select a topic that you would like to instruct from me as a social studies teacher. I may select the French Revolution. After making your selection, you know what? I'll be nice. I said 10, but I think 5 will do. So we'll do 5. Why not just do 5? You may insert 5 items. It can be files, videos, links, websites, and put them within your Wakelet portfolio. Same applies for Padlet. I probably should just go ahead and just say you can do Padlet, and you would just put 5 things on the Padlet. I think if you can do 5, you could do 10. So we're good with 5. And I'm going to go ahead and get this off of there so it doesn't say Sakai. We'll put bright space. Make sure you put it as unlisted or public so I can look at it, especially if you're doing Wakelet. And there's the Padlet. And if you want to do 5 prompts, you can just put 5 different things on the columns, or you can do 5 locations on a map to have students look at it. You know, one thing I didn't even say with the Padlet, you could have something about Paris, and you could put the little prompt there, and you could actually ask students, you know, what do you know about Paris? Boom, and they would have to answer there. So it's pretty cool. Like I say, a lot of teachers use it. So I don't care though. Padlet, Wakelet, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. 5 things on either one of your choice. Semester's going well. You all do awesome. Hope everyone had a good fall break. I'm actually recording this on fall break, so I wanted to get it done. So that's it. I guess I'm going to stop sharing and say, catch you later. Have a good weekend.